time we stopped in the adapted version of the speech by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. A teenager from a remote village was given chance to ask a question. That question was quoted by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in his adapted version of his speech. Let us see, what does the boy ask Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam? He is calling, "Sir, I don't know what I should ask. I am nervous. I have not asked a question in my class. I needed to have a confidence, but I have not gained any confidence through my education during all these years. I am afraid to talk to my teachers. I am afraid to talk to my friends. Whenever I talk, I compare myself with other students and their elegant dress. Please tell me, I want to become a marine engineer. I want to travel in a ship. I want to be the captain of the ship. I want to build the engine of the ship. Shall I be able to do all this, sir? How can I achieve this mission? What should I do?" These are the questions asked by that teenage villager. How can I achieve this mission? What should I do? There is a question given in the first. Why couldn't the boy gather confidence? Why couldn't the boy gather confidence? The answer is, the boy was not given training in this field during his years of or during the course of his education. During the course of his education. Please listen. Why couldn't the boy gather confidence? Because the boy was not given any training how to gather confidence during the course of his education, and that is the defect of our educational system. That is the defect of our educational system. Our educational system. Our educational system. Very important to know. That is the defect of our educational system. While we are engaged in our course of studies or education, skill development is completely eradicated, avoided. How to gather confidence, how to speak in public, how to ask a question to the teachers, how to speak freely to the friends. These are the problems faced by that teenager boy from a remote village. That is the answer. This is the answer of that question. Then another question is also given that if you were there, would you dare to ask Dr. Kalam a question? That is based on your mental condition. If you are courageous enough, if you are confident enough, surely you will ask Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam a question. Now see, that is, so boy has so many mental conflicts. First the boy told, I don't know what to ask. When APJ Abdul Kalam asked one of the selected 12 students from random, from the last row to the first, one boy's question that our APJ Abdul Kalam quoted. He is first telling, sir, I don't know what I should ask. I am nervous. I have not asked any question in my class. I needed to have a confidence. I did not have a confidence. But I have not gained any confidence through my education during all these years. I am afraid to talk to my teachers. I am afraid to talk to my friends. Whenever I talk, I compare myself with other students and their elegant dress. Please tell me, the ambition of the boy was to become a marine engineer. And he wanted to travel in a ship and wanted to be a captain of the ship. And he wanted to build the engine of the ship. Finally, he is asking, shall I be able, can I achieve my goal? Sir, how can I gain or how can I achieve this mission or to be a marine engineer? What should I do? Finally, he is asking, what should I do to achieve my ambition? When the boy completed the question, the entire audience, complete listeners, and the dignitaries on the dais, means very, very important persons, dignitaries, VVIPs, very, very important persons on the dais, including the chief minister, were looking at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, wondering what Kalam was going to say to the sincere question of a young village boy. The sincere question of a young village boy. So there is a question I will tell you. What was the boy's concern? What was the boy's concern? So actually he had an ambition to become a marine engineer. So the boy's ambition is to become a marine engineer. Marine engineer. And what was the concern of the boy? His concern was whether he would be able to fulfill his dream. So the concern of the boy was, please take note of this one, the concern of the boy was whether he will fulfill his ambition or not, ambition or dream or not. Fulfill his ambition or not. That was the concern of the boy. I thought of it. APJ Abdul Kalam is telling. I thought of the question. And breaking the silence, there was a silence for some time. I said, APJ Abdul Kalam said, my dear friend, you have put the most difficult question among the many questions that I have received from millions and millions of students whom I have met. That is what he is telling. This is the most difficult question from among the questions received from millions and millions of students whom APJ Abdul Kalam met. And Kalam says that I take your question is prestigious question. I know you are echoing the fear of many teenagers of the nation. Actually, that question asked by the teenage villager is the representation of the many teenagers of the nation. I know you are echoing the fear of many. Actually, your fear is the reverberation, echoing the fear of many teenagers of the nation. Let me recite a beautiful ancient poem. Actually, now Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is going to recite a beautiful ancient old poem named I Will Fly. I Will Fly is the title. That is an ancient poem written by the 13th century Persian poet Jalaluddin Rumi. Jalaluddin Rumi. Jalaluddin Rumi. It's a Persian poet. So 13th century Persian poet Jalaluddin Rumi, he is an Islamic scholar, theologian and Sufi mystic. Now let us look into the image of Jalaluddin Rumi. I hope you watched the image of Jalaluddin Rumi. So actually, he is the 13th century Persian poet. He wrote this poem, and not only he is a Persian poet, he is an Islamic scholar and theologian. Theology means talking about Islam, religion's prophets, God, and he is a Sufi mystic also. His lines quoted by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I will fly. I am reading, listen. I am born with the potential. Each and every individual should have a decision in your mind that you are born with the potentials, skills, power. I am born with the goodness and trust. Two important qualities to be gathered during the time of your or during the course of your education. I am born with the goodness. I am a good person. I am a trustworthy person. Anybody can trust upon me. I am an honest person. And I am born with the ideas and dreams. Yes, as a person I have many ideas. I have many dreams to contribute for the nation. And I am born with the greatness. I am a great person. So all these things are giving confidence to you. And I am born with the confidence. I am born with the wings, just like birds. I am born with the wings. So if I have wings, I am not meant for crawling, just like some insects crawling on the ground. I should not crawl on the ground. I must fly up into the high to achieve greatness, to contribute many things to the nation I represent. I have wings. Try to have a decision that each and everyone has his or her own wings. I will fly. I will fly. I will fly and achieve my dreams and my destinations. Now there is a question. Why did Dr. Kalam value the boys' questions? The previous paragraph it is there. But because the question asked by a village teenage boy was a tough, very difficult, tough and relevant question. The question was tough and relevant. The question was a tough and relevant question. So, the question was tough and relevant. The question was tough and relevant. The question was tough and relevant. Relevant means very important. Relevant. The question was very tough and relevant, and the question echoes the question of many teenagers of the nation. And the question echoes the questions of millions millions of teenagers of the nation, millions of teenagers of the nation. So that is why Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam valued that question very much. That teenager's voice question was valued highly by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam because the question was very tough and significant, relevant, important, and the question echoes or represents the questions of millions of teenagers of the nation. Now, let us listen to young friends. Let me discuss with you how you can be unique. Now, how can a person be unique? Let me discuss with you how you can be unique. I have so far met 15 million youth in a decade's time. Decade means 10 years time. Decade means 10 years time. 10 years time. 10 years time. So I have, that means APJ Abdul Kalam has met 15 million youth in a decade's time, and he learned every youth wants to be unique. Of course, every youth wants to be unique. That is you, not the imitation of other people. That is you. But the world all around you is doing its best. The world around you is doing their best to survive in the competitive world. But the world around you is doing its best day and night to make you just everybody else. They wanted to make something everybody else. In your home, think about the condition of your home. Dear young fellows, you are asked by your parents to be like the neighbors. Hey, Ajit, your neighbor has got first rank in medicine, or got first rank in engineering, or got first position in law. You try to be like. They ask you to imitate others. You are asked by your parents to be like the neighbors. Children, for scoring good marks, when you go to school, your teacher is also telling to follow others. Now let us see what is the question. What is actually asking, how can you be unique? How can you be unique? Let us see the answer of how can you be unique. I will just say, how can you be? You can be unique by being yourself. And people like your parents, teachers and well-wishers advise you to be just like other people. So, how can you be unique? You can be unique. You can be unique by being yourself. By being yourself. Not obeying the advice of, not by obeying the advice of your parents, teachers, well-wishers. Well-wishers means people want you to be in a good position, good status. They advise you to be somebody else, not be yourself. Then you cannot be unique. You try to be like Mohanlal. You try to be like Mammootty. You try to be like what do we call it as famous orators, famous politicians, or famous social workers. No. You need not to follow that one. You try to understand and realize your potentials and your dreams and your ideas and try to be yourself. Okay, try to be. How you can be unique? By being yourself. By being yourself. Not by obeying the advice of your parents. To be like others. To be like others. In this way, you can be unique. In this way, we can be unique. So if you want to be unique, try to be yourself and not to be others. That is one. So now let us go to the other lines written by Dr. APJ Kalam in his adapted version of the speech. He is finally coming to say, why don't you become like first 5 rankers in the class? When you go to your school and when you attend the class in the classroom, class teacher is telling, hey, get up. Why you got a low mark? Why don't you become like the first 5 rankers in the class? Wherever you go, people say, you have it to be somebody else or everybody else. You have it to be somebody else or everybody else. Now, my dear friends, what I have to tell you is that how many of you would like to be unique yourself? You yourself should be unique. You be unique yourself. Then finally, he is coming to the conclusion of his talk, the challenge. So actually, each and every teenager has a challenge. My dear young friends, is that you have to fight the hardest battle. You have to fight the hardest battle which any human being can ever imagine. That is the toughest battle that you have come across, such a battle in your life. And when you enter for fighting such a hardest battle, never stop fighting until you arrive your destined place, until you arrive your or achieve your aim or dream or goal. That is a unique one. So with that, we come to the end of the adapted version of the speech by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So the challenge, my dear young friends, is that you have to fight the hardest battle which any human being can ever imagine. You haven't come across such a toughest battle in your life. And when you start fighting such a hardest battle, never stop fighting. Never stop fighting. Continue fighting until you achieve your dream, until you arrive at being a doctor or being an engineer or being an advocate or being a popular politician or whatever it may be. That is a unique you. I hope you understood the speech or talk by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The next episode, we will continue the activities of this speech. If you benefited and if you like this, if you improve your English, please don't forget to subscribe. Wish you all the best. Thank you.